The Galaxy's 7-match unbeaten streak came to a sickening thud Saturday as Ryan Gauld scored a brace for Vancouver in a 4-2 thrashing up in Canada on Saturday night. Good evening, this is James, the faithful Angelino Sports, with a rapid recap of Galaxy soccer. And if you enjoy talking about the 5-time MLS Cup champions, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We talk Galaxy soccer here almost every day. Now, Gaston Brugman and Mark Delgado both scored second-half goals in a potential stirring Galaxy comeback. Both goals, by the way, come with a man down. Having said that, you take those two strikes away, there was very little reason to try to break down this game strategically, because up until that first goal, the Galaxy simply were never in it. We don't even know if they were sentient, for Pete's sakes. They went down by a goal 2 minutes into the match. That was when Brian White scored. Gauld scored in the 10th minute. And then Chris Mavinga absolutely earned a red card soon after. That was converted into a penalty kick, and Gauld scored. All of that in the opening 23 minutes. 23. So because of those 23 minutes, you could literally point the finger at anybody on the pitch for the Galaxy or anyone on the coaching staff. And if you were flipping out and blaming it all on them, honestly, I wouldn't argue with you. Who at that point, up until that second half rally, could you have possibly said was earning their paycheck that night for the Galaxy? I mean, think about it. There's a number of ways you could go. Mavinga had a terrible game. He had a yellow card. They were debating whether or not his red card was a straight red. He had already had a yellow before. So with that foul, there was little doubt that guy was going to be hitting the showers early. The Whitecaps played midweek. And yet they were the team that looked far more refreshed, far more organized. And speaking of organized, the Vancouver manager was suspended for the match, which meant a backup at manager outfoxed Greg Vanney. There was nothing until that second half rally, which was again possibly inspirational, that you would take as a positive for what the Galaxy had going on. It was all fair if you pointed the finger in every number of directions, because until the 60th minute of the match, the Galaxy were absolutely looking terrible. And it's no good at this point to describe how they almost tied, because it's late in the season. But we still deal in reality here. We absolutely deal with reality. How bad was this loss? Ask yourself that as you drift off to sleep tonight and wake up the next morning. See, had the Galaxy won this match, they would have pulled to within 3 points of the last playoff spot, which was at that point owned by Vancouver. Vancouver now has 31 points, so they now lead the Galaxy by 9. But the Galaxy are not 9 points out of a playoff spot. Think about that for a moment. It is true that Vancouver pulled away. It is also true that the Galaxy right now are 7 points out of a playoff spot. So in other words, they lost 1 point in the playoff chase. They were 6 down, now they are 7. So let's just be realistic about this. The Galaxy have 12 MLS matches left to make up those 7 points. And the team that currently holds the last playoff spot in the Western Conference is Houston. Yes, it is true. The Galaxy played one of their worst games at Houston this year. Houston, however, is coming to play the Galaxy in LA by the end of the year. These are interesting questions as the regular season comes to a close for LA. There is a thought that Greg Vanney is coaching to save his job and theoretically has 2 shots to make it. What does that mean? either qualifying for MLS Cup or potentially doing great damage in Leagues Cup, possibly winning it. If you are of the camp that believes that in order for Vanny to save his job and for the Galaxy to salvage their season, that they should win a trophy in, say, Leagues Cup, I would be skeptical. They opened that goofy little tournament versus León on July 25th. León, which won CONCACAF Champions League over LAFC. And by the way, the Galaxy will also host Vancouver in Leagues Cup. So I'm not exactly sanguine about their odds of doing a lot of damage in that goofball little tournament that Don Garber created. So instead, what you could also say is to qualify for the playoffs, the Galaxy would have almost an entire month until they return to MLS play. That would be August 20th. The Galaxy would host Real Salt Lake, a team they've already beaten. So, the Galaxy, let's not mince any words. The Galaxy are in trouble, but they already were in trouble. They have 12 matches to make up 7 points. They had a 7-match unbeaten streak where they gained 13 points. Is it possible that they have another such streak in them? That is a question that has to be answered by this team in the coming weeks ahead. So once again, the final score, Vancouver 4, Galaxy 2. Let me know what you think about the Galaxy's chances in the comments thread. And if you enjoyed talking Galaxy Soccer with me, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelinos. We talk LA Galaxy Soccer almost every day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelinos is a Kian Corta El Queso production. Take care.